Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to talk about how LinkedIn worked for me and how it can work for you this year. Before we get to the content, please be sure to like this video. Subscribe so you can get more content in oil and gas and professional development topics, and please be sure to comment on the video below so I can incorporate your feedback into future videos. Please be sure to hit that notification bell when you do subscribe, because I'm uploading once a week as a New Year's resolution. Well, let's get to the content. To give you some background, I already made a YouTube video 4 years ago on LinkedIn tips. This is an extension of that video 4 years later with some insight, with plenty of growth in the past few years. And I thought, let's go ahead and share that. If anyone has any resolutions for 2025 relating to LinkedIn, if there's any of y'all out there. But who knows? Some of you guys may be really into that. But it doesn't have to be a resolution. It could also be, how can LinkedIn work for you? Rather than you spending a lot of time on LinkedIn trying to make it work with no avail. So what exactly do I mean when I say having LinkedIn work for you? I define that as people engaging with you for career opportunities, people engaging with you asking for advice, and generally anything that benefits you in terms of your career or growing your network. So I've had LinkedIn work for me in multiple ways. I've been approached for many opportunities in the past, so I've been very thankful for that. And the opportunities relate to job opportunities, interviewing opportunities for podcasts, and other collaborations relating to my YouTube channel. So those are just a few examples of how LinkedIn has worked for me and how I'm defining work. So if any of that applies to you, then continue watching this video, especially the career prospects part. I believe the career prospects part is mainly the reason why you even clicked on this video to begin with. Because at the end of the day, whether you are the recruiter searching for employment, or if you are a job seeker searching for a job, you got to make that social media platform work for you. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you how long I've been using LinkedIn. I've been using LinkedIn since 2010. I was 17 years old when I started LinkedIn. Now you may be wondering, how did a 17-year-old know about LinkedIn and made LinkedIn work for her? Let me tell you that story. I was a part of an interesting mentorship program in my school district when I was a senior in high school. Through that mentorship program, we were required to seek out mentors who could give us work opportunities in the spring semester in the career that we wanted to choose. That was around the time I knew I wanted to do petroleum engineering, secured a mentor, which was my first mentor in the oil and gas industry. And once I secured that mentorship my spring semester of senior year, one of the first things he told me was to go and get a LinkedIn. Funny enough, I listened. I was that bright-eyed, bushy-tailed person who wanted an internship so badly and wanted to understand the oil and gas industry so much because that excited her a lot, and wanted to pursue engineering, that once I learned about the social media platform LinkedIn, I jumped on it. Now, what exactly did I do as a 17-year-old on LinkedIn? I connected with my mentor, and as I met people through networking opportunities, through Society of Petroleum Engineers, through Women in STEM initiatives, I started growing my network then. But I didn't know how to grow my network at the time, admittedly. Fast forward to around college. Now in college, I used LinkedIn to secure internship opportunities or to keep track of people that I've known in the industry. And I didn't use LinkedIn that much in college. I'll admit that. because through college, the way to obtain the internship opportunities was through the Career Assistance Center that the university provided, and was going through the general process of getting the internship and potentially a full-time opportunity. So let's just say college was rather stagnant. But I still regularly kept in touch and updated my LinkedIn profile. I still maintained that. So then when I graduated from college, I made use of LinkedIn more than ever by going to networking events, by keeping in touch with people in the companies that I've worked for. And I wasn't even posting at the time as much. I think I posted mostly on other social media platforms like Facebook. I think that's the platform that most millennials use. But I didn't post as much unless there were interesting articles, and I did get guidance from seminars and networking events that I went to that devoted their time on talking about social media platforms like LinkedIn to think about how to be smart about the social media platform. So I posted rarely. I only connected with people that I knew. I connected with people that I met in different events. And then I started connecting with people that were interesting to me. The increased use of my LinkedIn was when I got laid off for the first time. And I didn't publicize it at the time that I was looking for work, but I did change my LinkedIn profile to where I insinuated that I was looking for work. This was before the time LinkedIn had banners that had like open to work on them or hiring and things like that. So I was looking for work and I actively made use of my LinkedIn. I connected with people that were interesting to me or that were related to the industry. I went to networking events and I followed them up with their business cards and through LinkedIn that way. And I kept maintaining that habit up until today. I would go to networking events, meet people, and then keep in touch with them through LinkedIn. But the only difference that I made as I have progressed through the years is I started posting content. It started out with posting content on different articles related to the oil and gas industry. And then as I gained experience, developed the YouTube channel and started accomplishing things in the industry that might be inspiring or that other people can relate to or others ought to know to build a repertoire in the industry, then I started posting more. So that's how my LinkedIn journey began and how it's going so far. As a result of the activity that I've had on LinkedIn, on the social media platform, and as a result of all the networking that I have done throughout the industry, going to conferences, presenting technical papers, and helping others present technical papers, mentoring others in the industry, and even seeking for advice as a job seeker, and then posting job opportunities to help pay it forward. I've amassed about 28,000 LinkedIn followers at the time of this recording, or 28,500 LinkedIn followers at the time of this recording. Now I have a goal for 2020 by 2026 starting. I mean, if it happens, it happens, but I would like a follower base up to 40,000. And I'm definitely going to hit the cap of LinkedIn connections sometime this year. So with all of that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start talking about the main takeaways of how I made LinkedIn work for me and how it can also work for you. Well, makes things a little bit different in 2025. The first takeaway you have probably gotten from my entire LinkedIn story is that I made use of the platform and I was on the platform regularly. Now, a lot of people find this very debatable and actually controversial because people use social media for self-validation, or people use social media to put a different persona out there and be a different persona if you meet them in person. So there's a lot of controversy when I say using the platform regularly. There's no right amount on how to use the platform regularly, but the idea is to be consistent. check on the platform to see if there are any job opportunities. Check on the platform if people are posting anything interesting related to your industry. Even if I was in college when my LinkedIn journey was a little bit stagnant, I still checked the platform once in a while. And I still kept in touch with people through the platform. The other thing that I made it work for me and that was consistent is I've set up notifications on my phone. And then I also got emails from LinkedIn. I never unsubscribed to those automated emails on LinkedIn. So that's the other takeaway that I got. I still kept connected to the platform and I used the platform regularly. Now, the next takeaway I'd like for you to get from my story on LinkedIn is that I put a lot of work into building my profile, but I didn't try to emulate anyone in building my profile. I got a lot of inspiration from people who posted and people who posted their career journey on their profile, but I got positive elements out of that and then I integrated that into my own profile. So for example, I don't just post the job and the title. I post everything in my LinkedIn profile as if it's my resume. And I don't use the resume export on LinkedIn because the format's a little bit wonky. But what I did do is make the work experience very similar to what I put in my resume too. So I added a lot of detail so people can understand how to understand a little bit about me and see some authenticity in terms of my experiences. The next takeaway I'd like for you to get in terms of my LinkedIn journey is having a human element to your profile. And this comes with using the platform regularly. But when I say add a human element to it, it means that if someone messages you, reply back to them. And if you're not interested in something, just say that you're not interested. Or if you get so many of them and people are still messaging you, then you can ignore them. But what I mean to say is use the platform to its purpose. So if someone messages you for a job opportunity, communicate with them. If you have something interesting to post, and it doesn't always have to be a rosy post, then post that. And if you have something educational to post, that's a human element as well. So post that as well. Share some of your knowledge like that. And I've amassed enough knowledge and experience as someone who's a mid-career professional to where I can post really regularly. But that's what makes the platform work for me. People know that I'm a human being, not some kind of robot. And I've been pretty authentic using the social media platform. Another takeaway that I'd like for you guys to get, I know I've been saying that quite a bit, but there are quite a few takeaways, is that, and this is another controversial one, but connect with people who seem interesting to you. But remember this, make sure you have the intention to communicate with them. So what I mean to say on that is you don't have to go on a connection spree. It's better to, connect with people and then type a message on why you'd like to connect with them. And if you don't do that, but if they accept their connection, make sure you have the intention that you want to communicate with them in the future. Unless they immediately message you first. So that's another takeaway that I think would be very beneficial. Here's another takeaway I'd like for you guys to get, and I can't take credit for this one. I have to give Richa Bansal, who is a career coach, a very successful career coach in the industry. Well, I say the industry, but she serves many other industries as well. And you don't have to post every time, but you engage with people's posts. So the takeaway is, and that goes back to the human element point that I wanted to say, is that you engage with people. And whether if it is with their post, or whether if they're looking for an opportunity, or whether if you want to respond to an opportunity that was presented to you on social media, commenting, just a couple comments on some of those job-related postings. will invite people to your profile and will definitely attract attention to your profile. So there's quite a lot of tips that I can give, but now I think the following tips I'm going to talk about are for people that are for content creators or for people who have something very substantial to post. Whether if it's a job posting, for me it's a YouTube video, or sharing my experiences, this goes back to building your brand. I think I've done a pretty good job in building my brand, even though it started out as pretty unintentional. And I made use of the LinkedIn platform to build my brand and to have people come and view my profile to the point where I have thousands of views in my profile on a regular basis. And depending on the posts that I've made, those number of views can vary, but it's on the order of thousands. So if you want people to come and view your profile, you need to engage. Now, you may also be wondering, well, so what's the point if 1,000 people view my profile? Well, job searching and LinkedIn engagement is a numbers game. If you have a lot of people viewing your profile, that percentage of it could also be recruiters. That percentage could be people that have opportunities in their organizations and they may be looking at your profile to see if you're a prospect. So keep that in mind. Another thing that I thought worked for me is having a bio that was straight to the point. So what I mean by that is having a biography that described my experiences, my wide range of experiences, the number of years of experience, and where I'd like to go in the future. If you can hit those points in your biography, your LinkedIn bio, then people have a clear idea as far as what you're looking for and if they see you as a fit. Another thing is that if you're searching, and I've only heard this from people that use this, but if you're searching and you don't want other people to know that you're searching, you may want to use that search option of that you're looking for work, but you only want that to be visible to recruiters. So that's just another tidbit, because people won't know that you're looking until you tell them they're looking. I think that's everything that I wanted to share as far as how I have made the platform work for me. And I've explained some of those takeaways that worked for me and hopefully can work for you as well. Everyone has a different stage of their LinkedIn journey. I know people that have started it when they put in a position that they had to start looking for work. Some people have started it as early as in college because someone told them that this is a very useful social media platform, a professional social media platform. I've been very fortunate enough to know this social media platform from my very first mentor, Claude Thorpe. And I'm super thankful to have gotten the direction of unintentionally building the brand that I have today. And building something that I didn't realize I could build in the years of industry experience that I do have and how it has shaped my perspective. I really hope you guys get what you want, whether if it is through LinkedIn or some other means in terms of your career. And at the end of the day, I really wish you guys the ultimate best. As usual, please be sure to like this video, subscribe so you can get more content in oil and gas and professional development topics, and please be sure to comment on the video below so I can incorporate your feedback into future videos. It's been a joy to talk about something that I'm pretty passionate about, LinkedIn of all things. And I hope to see you in the next one.